you like roll and write?
I love them.
Would you like to roll and write for 2 to 3 hours straight?
Not sure about that one.
Yeah, you will be after we...
This is the review for the board game Twilight Inscription, the good and bad about it.
By the end of this video, you will be sure if this is a game for you.
We have 6 burning questions that we will answer in this video, but before we do that, Giannis, could you please explain to me what this game Twilight Inscription is all about?
Well, have you played Twilight Imperium?
Yes, I have.
It is nothing like it. So this is an epic roll and write in all senses of this word.
Epic dice, epic boards, epic cards.
Epic price for a roll and write. But each player gets 4 boards. Each of those boards let you do different things. Get technologies, score points, get resources, get more dice. So many things. You will be one of these ancient, not so ancient?
No, futuristic.
Right, why would I say ancient if it's in the future? Then again, in Star Wars, it says long time ago in a galaxy far away. You play one of these races, alien races, and you're trying to achieve the most points and become the next whatever of this galaxy. The ruler, the one and only, the go-to, the big kahuna.
Each of these sheets will give you victory points in different ways, as well as there are objectives that are kind of race. Who will get there first will win. There's different ways to get points just by scribbling down on these sheets. Whoever at the end of the game has most points wins the game.
So game is played in a series of rounds. Each round we will reveal the top card of the event deck, and then it will tell you what happens in this round.
In this round, we choose an active sheet. So from 4 of these, we will have to choose 1.
On this navigation board, we will explore new systems or claimed explored systems.
In this card, you see resources that you have to use, and these particular resources can be used to claim planets. So you can just write a circle somewhere here, and you'll get that resource. Well, actually, you can't right there.
Because we haven't explored it there yet, but it's schematics.
And after we have done that, we roll the dice, all 6 of them.
And then again, we will use those resources that are on the dice to explore or claim the systems. Plus, we have some technologies on each of the boards that we can research as well.
That's the whole round. Now we get another event card, and then another, and then another.
And then we choose the next
another.
board, and let's just quickly go over each of the boards.
As well as there are some special events. Which ones do you want to do first?
I want to do the boards first. Yeah. We told you about exploring the space. Now we're gonna tell you about
expansion board. Another sheet you can use is the expansion board, where essentially you explore further the planets you have claimed. You cross down horizontal or vertical lines and get the resources that are on the sides, which give you victory points or technologies. What are technologies? Yeah. Special powers.
Then we have the industry board, where you can do 2 things. You can either scrap these resources, which means they're out of the game, or you can claim a resource that is adjacent to a scrapped one. So you always have to make a choice. Do I scrap it, cross it out, it's gone, to get to those that are adjacent.
And the last one is warfare.
Warfare!
You again use the same resources on the dice to build warships. There's different kind of warships that you can build based on the resources you use up, and you draw these shapes inside these columns where you will be fighting with the people that are sitting next to you. In general, the more ships you have, the more power you have, and you will probably win those fights.
If you win, you get bonuses. If you lose, you get minus points.
I told you about all these events that you get, right?
No, you didn't.
I didn't tell about all of them. I just told about the basic ones where you get resources from time to time. There's some events which, for example, say, now you will fight. There's another special event, which is the council, where you vote on specific things that will happen. You vote between losing resources here or gaining them here. And you all vote and use your voting power.
You just mark out how much you're gonna vote, and then you reveal that.
And you get these voting powers by filling out different sheets. And the last thing that you get is production phase, where you get goods.
So essentially you just move up these tracks, and then once you get a column full of these resources, you improve your production. And each time you produce through that event, you get these trade goods. And trade goods are essentially a wild that you can use on any sheet.
So the game always ends with a war phase, but you just don't know how quickly you get to that part.
Yeah. It might be like second to last round or the last round.
As you can see, there's tons to do, and we're gonna talk a lot more about it in this video. So we should jump to the first question, which is,
who would you get this for?
3, 2, 1.
Do you know what a choicer is?
A person who makes a lot of choices?
Yep. And likes making a lot of choices. It's a choicer. I think you're a choicer. I think I'm a
Absolutely.
choicer as well.
It's someone at least who has a potential for gamers because it is a big game. There's tons to do, and I think this the best describes it.
It's a long one, especially if you're like, do you like roll and writes? Yeah. They're quick, simple games.
And another thing I wanted to write down is unique. This is something that you could buy a gamer that already has a big collection, and I don't think they will have something like this.
Mine's a choicer. Choicer is a person who likes to make a lot of choices, and all choices seem good. Because this is what that game does. Every turn, I will go, oh, which sheet to activate? Should I activate this one? Okay, I'll activate this one. Oh, which way should I go? This way? Claim this system? And there's always so many choices. I never feel like, well, it's obvious I have to do this. It never is obvious. There's always a ton of choices, and they all seem super cool. We do have to take a small break right now. And
Alright.
super important thing that we need to figure out once and for all.
Adopted.
No, it is.
Okay. Shoot.
Was Rachel and Ross on a break?
Nah.
Okay, they were. I thought you were with me on this.
Nope.
Just like right now, we're on a break to figure this out. They were on a break to figure it out.
Let's move on to the next question.
If you want to figure it out, just check out our Patreon and use the membership. They were on a break! My third best thing about this game is going to be the replay value, which is epic. There are a ton of races. Each of these sheets is double-sided. You can play all the same, or you can have different options. After all these times played, none of the games has been remotely similar.
Well, it comes down to the epic choices. Used epic as well. One more time. Last one, I promised. And with under this, I wanted to also mention these factions because they have a special passive ability, special active ability that you can activate in each of the sheets. Each one of them plays completely differently. Wherever you go, you can use the same resource in multiple ways on multiple planets. Each of your turns will take more time than I guess you would like to because you just can't figure it out. I would love to have this and this, maybe this one. Oh, and this one.
This is the first time I have to kind of jump onto your jumping onto mine. My second thing is so much of everything. That is choices. That is components. Actually, the box is quite full of them. The dice, why are they so big? But, you know, the word that we promised we're not going to use for a minute. You promised. I can use it. Epic. Such freedom of choices that I actually can do. Because usually in games it comes down, I want to do this, but I don't have enough of that to do that, so I have to get that. So, okay, pretty much I have to do this to do that next turn. But not so much here.
It all comes together. All these choices and everything is one big system, and it feels like it. Things that you did on this sheet will impact this sheet, and this sheet, and this sheet, and this sheet.
I do feel like a ruler of this giant empire that is trying to do all these things, and I have to manage all these things. And
the time when you feel it the most is at the end, when the scoring comes, and you feel like, I did so many things here, it's just 2 points.
yeah.
Because you did everything but didn't make sure your system works.
Exploring these things that might not give you points is just fun while you're playing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. My best thing about this game is going to be the teach. This game is huge, it's long, it's a ton of choices, but I think I can teach it to most anyone who has played some board games. When you start out teaching this game and playing by the tutorial that they've included, you just start with one sheet, and then you do a turn here, and then we add one more sheet, and then we do only a turn here, then the third, then the fourth. A lot of games try this. Most of them don't succeed in it. And this one really, really does.
Yes, it guides you through those processes, but you still make some choices
Yeah.
that matter later on, and it feels like you're playing the game even in the tutorial. It's not just reading a paragraph of text and that's it. My second thing is solo. It's fantastic solo. I played it multiple times in solo. I like it with multiple players as well, but in solo... And well, the replayability is the thing. I wanna play with all these characters in solo mode as well. It all works in solo mode. There's not too much management in solo mode. It's quickly to set up, it's quickly to take down. It's a big challenge playing solo.
And the AI is so simple to control. You roll the same dice. There's you, and then there's the game, and then there might be some reasons why this is not for you.
If you are a TI fan. With this TI, I mean Twilight Imperium. Big, epic game. And this is based on that theme. And almost nothing more. If you want to play this game just because you feel like this could be just like that, it's not. It takes some small parts and it's basically names and icons. It's a different game, so don't have that expectation.
It has some interaction. I still feel like we're doing our own thing, and then we're only gonna be like, oh, I finished this first. Ah, darn. Or then maybe some voting will happen. The warfare, I mean,
We just compare
yeah,
numbers.
it's not a huge deal. And I kind of wanted it to have more since it's TI. Again, what you said, don't expect TI.
Missing things. Not missing from the game, but missing things because you will forget what resources you have already used because you roll the dice and everybody uses them. You can take those dice and then kind of use them to remember, especially at the end of the game where you have tons of systems already working, creating more resources. And if you fill something on this sheet, use your faction ability, then score something here, and then you just forgot which of these 6 dice did you use and which that you didn't. I think the biggest issue, almost in every single game, I feel like I think I remembered everything, but I'm not sure. And that's freaking annoying.
Above interaction. It's long. It is not only epic in the scope of everything that's happening, but it is long. It's gonna be those 2 hours. It's gonna be maybe more than 2 hours. It still doesn't feel like it. Every time I play this, I'm like, oh, that's it? It's over? Come on, one more round.
Anytime I play it, I'm thinking about, I can play one more.
Time flies by. It is long. It's not a quick roll and write you can play in 30 minutes.
The last thing for me is voting.
It's last thing for both of us. Voting, meh.
When you fill different sheets, you get voting power. And when you have more voting power, you can kind of make more of the decisions. There's 3 events each time, but those events are just, Mostly I don't care. From all these cards, I care about maybe 2 of them. And when they come up, it's like, okay, I can get a lot more points doing whatever else. That could be really fun. I just don't like how it works right now with these cards. Not as exciting as it seems on paper.
How long is the honeymoon?
How long is the honeymoon?
I think we covered that extensively up to this point.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Too much.
There's just too much to get bored of it.
We could have skipped this question and you would know.
Yeah.
But yeah, mine's Epic Eternity. That sounds like a cool name for a game, right?
Yeah.
Have you played Epic Eternity? You mean Twilight Inscription? Yeah, I have. What is the best alternative? Here's some behind the scenes for you guys. We discussed it and I will write the obvious alternative. Giannis this time is gonna take the heavy load and write
plunge.
not the so obvious alternative. Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Roll and write.
We've talked so much about the Hadrian's Wall. I'm not gonna get too much into it, but it is also an epic roll and write. Not as long as this one, but as many choices. It is more theme-wise and resource management more welcoming than this, I'd say. But I think this is easier to teach.
Mine is Roll and Write, which is a game where you also have beautiful colored dice. You build basically a Jurassic Park. You have 2 sheets there. No, it's fancy to have 4, obviously.
What? Only 2? So it's like half as good as this game.
There's dice drafting there. If you have played this one, you kind of can imagine what this can be.
Just twice as more, twice as long, and twice as epic. What is the final rating?
Ready?
Yeah,
3,
I'm ready.
2, 1.
Yeah, I think it's the easiest must-have in a long time for me. But again, for me, I mean, I love this game. Maybe it's because it's space. Maybe it's because it's fresh. It's still gonna be must-have for me no matter when. It's an amazing game. And I'm not talking about roll and write. In general, it's an amazing game. And it making it a fantastic solo experience is just helping it a lot.
We always are comparing like games, Hadrian's Wall or this one. For me, it doesn't matter this time. I love them both a bit. These games are so different from anything else. And we love that concept. Love roll and write concept.
More. Give us more.
If you didn't enjoy Hadrian's Wall at all, I don't think you will enjoy this one.
I think the basic premise is so very similar.
Basically what we're saying, if your tastes align with us, we're roll and writes in general, that it's a cool thing, and you play solo, that's also a big benefit to this, then this must be in kind of your collection. We have had so many really good games, and it's getting embarrassing at this point, but we can't rate it any lower.
We promise we're gonna do a mediocre or bad review sometime soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are we reviewing next? Gloomhaven?
Yeah, easy game.
Just kidding. Are we?